What's going on, guys? It's Cole, and welcome to week 9. Yeah, week 9 of season 11. So this week, as I said earlier, we are going up against Alex and the Lavender Town Gengars. And look, we're back on the Switch. So the team that I expect him to bring, because he has the Sun team, is Walking Wake, Scovillain, Torkoal, obviously, because it's his Sun setter, Hisuian Goodra, Kleavor, and Galarian Weezing. So the team that we're bringing is Pecharunt, because he was afraid, he was hoping he wouldn't have to face it. So, of course, I had to bring it. So Pecharunt is max HP, max special defense, with literally the remaining 4 EVs in special attack, with not Nasty Plot, Fake Tears, Malignant Chain, Hex, and Recover. Garchomp is once again max speed, max attack, this time with a Shell Bell instead of a Life Orb. Volbeat is still obviously Prankster, with Thunder Wave, Light Screen, Rain Dance, and Thunder. Thunder only if rain's up. Tornadus is fully physical this week because I needed a way to hit Goodra, so it's max attack with EVs and other stuff. With a Life Orb, it's Brave Nature because he doesn't have a lot of physical attackers. Really, the only things he has is like Goodra with Body Pressure, Heavy Slam, and Kleavor. So, I mean, Scovillain's usually run specially, so I'm fine to lower my defense. So it's Brave Nature, so it's plus attack minus speed, or no, that's plus attack minus speed. It's whatever plus attack minus defense is. And then it's got Hammer Arm, U-Turn, Knock Off, and then it's a mixed set though because I have Psychic for the Galarian Weezing. And then we have uber fast Electrode with Terra Dragon, Terra Blast, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, and Discharge, with 116 EVs in speed, 252 in special attack, and the rest in special defense, and a Choice Scarf because it speed creeps, timid, max speed, non-scarf, Scovillain in the sun. And so Scovillain outspeeds Walking Wake in the sun because Photosynthesis is a 1.5 times speed boost, whereas Chlorophyll is a double speed boost. So actually Scovillain under sun is the fastest thing on his team. So Electrode speed creeps it by like 2 or 3 points. And then we have fully HP, full special defense, Assault Vest Dragalge. I wanted to do Terra Fairy, but I didn't have enough shards for it. And I had literally just finished the team like 20 minutes before this battle. So anyway, yeah, so it's so it's just Terra Poison. So it's max special defense, max special attack, max HP, max special defense with an Assault Vest, Sludge Wave, Draco, Sludge Bomb, and Flip Turn. And Pecharunt has the Black Sludge, and Volbeat has an Akaberry. Alright, so let's see what he brought. So he brought Thundurus instead of Goodra, and that was the only thing I had to swap out. So I was thinking earlier in that day it would be very annoying if he didn't bring Goodra, because Goodra was the only reason I ran offensive Tornadus instead of defensive. And I figured I could run physical Tornadus because its base attack is still 100 attack. So I was like, I can run Physical Tornadus. Nobody ever does, but you can. But anyway, so I freely can just lead off with Electrode, because, I mean, he's got no, unless he Terras, he has no electric immunity. And even his electric resists are none, because he doesn't have any resists, because Tornadus is electric and flying, so that takes neutral damage, as does Walking Wake, since it's dragon and water. So he leads off with Galarian Weezing, as we lead off with Electrode, aka my uber fast boy. This is one of the few times I've Choice Scarfed a really fast Pokemon. I did it back several seasons ago in Sword and Shield with my Dragapult, just because I could. I had literally no other reason to. So Thundurus comes out. This is max special attack modest, and it takes like a third of its HP. Almost half of its HP. Alright, let me see. Yeah, that's like over a quarter of its HP. So I'm like, oh my god. This is insane. So this thing has like no bulk on it whatsoever. It's probably like max speed, max special attack. So if Electrode was choice specs, that thing would have almost died. That probably would have taken like 60-70%. So we take literally like negative damage from that Volt Switch, because it's resisted and we're AV and fully special defensive. So Kleavor comes out as I go for a Sludge Wave. Oh, and also I meant to say, welcome to the week where literally everything that can happen does. Like here we get the 10% poison off a Sludge Wave, because we have, that's why I did both poison moves, because we have the 10% and the 30% chance. Sludge Wave's got 10%, Sludge Bomb's got 30. But Sludge Wave's stronger. Here I was Googling it to make sure it was 10%, because I wasn't expecting it to get it in the first attack. So I'm like, alright, let's click Draco, as he misses Stone Axe, as we hit Draco Meteor. So Kleavor dies. So he sends in Torkoal, sets up the sun, as I can easily just click Flip Turn and get out of here to reset my drop special attack. But I just click Sludge Wave just to get some damage and maybe another poison. Oh look, we get another 10% poison. He gets up Stealth Rocks, as we have, he doesn't know that, but actually, oh no, because Tornadus doesn't get defog. So yeah, so I have no ways of getting rid of hazards. That's fine. It's not a super big deal. So we get on out of there with Flip Turn, as he switches out into Walking Wake. So this Flip Turn is going to do like negative damage. So as I figured, he's booster speed. So I was guessing he's oh no, sorry, I had clicked Draco, that's what it was. So even at -2, super effective Draco does that much damage. That's insane. Gotta love adaptability. So yeah, so I've hit 2 Draco Meteors, gotten 2 different 10% poisons on Sludge Wave, dodged a Stone Axe, and that's within the first 5 turns of the game. He immediately withdraws Walking Wake and goes out into Weezing. But there was no way I was risking clicking Draco there, so I was just going to flip turn out. So I go into Garchomp. So I go for the flinch on the Iron Head. Get a little bit of Shell Bell recovery. He gets the hits Strange Steam and gets the 20%. Nope. So he restores some leftovers. Alright, so we go back into Dragalge. He's not going to take too much damage from the Strange Steam. Like, I took 22 damage from that, but he gets the 20% confusion. So I'm like, there's no way I'm going to hit myself in confusion. He withdraws Weezing and goes into Thundurus. As I hit myself once in confusion and take almost as much damage from me hitting myself as I did from that Strange Steam. So he goes for a Psychic, which we live because of the EVs and AV, as we once again hit ourselves in confusion. So I'm like, you know what? Dragalge can go down here. It did good work earlier, but it hasn't done anything now. So bye-bye, good night, Dragalge. Thank you. So we go into Electrode. So he sets up the sun with Sunny Day. Prankster Sunny Day, as I go for a Thunderbolt. So luckily, because I mean I would outspeed him anyway. He switches out Thundurus and goes into Scovillain. Won't take too much from this Thunderbolt. That's an okay amount. And he gets paralyzed. So like I said, welcome to the week where everything happens. Literally everything that can does. I literally told him, I was like, we must have been saving up our RNG for this week. So I go into Garchomp because I'm like, you know what? I don't really need it right now. It's expendable. As he goes for the Terra, he goes Terra Ground. Over the castle on the hill. So Garchomp will go down to a Terra Blast. Unlike last week, at least it got some damage in. A little bit. Not a lot, but some. So we go into Tornadus. Because I know with the paralysis, I'll outspeed. And here's the power. I mean, granted, Scovillain's not super bulky, but here's the power of Life Orb Physical Tornadus. A non-stab move just knocked that thing out from like just over half HP. Oh yeah, I hadn't seen that it was a Focus Sash, even though I asked him what it had after the second game. Or, well, after the whole battle was over. Walking Wake comes out. I'm looking, I'm like, I need a clean switch, so Tornadus can go down here. And it does to a Hydro Steam. So we go out into Electrode. Just in case Thunderbolt didn't kill, I wanted to go for the Terra Blast. I wasn't originally gonna reveal this until game 2, but that's fine. So Thundurus comes in and will die to a Terra Blast. So he sends in Torkoal. So he has Torkoal, Walking Wake, and Galarian Weezing left. So obviously he's going to send in Weezing because it's immune to Terra Blast. So we go into Pecharunt, as Strange Steam won't do much. And of course he gets another 20% confusion, because again, it's the game where everything happens. I'm gonna say that a lot. So we get Black Sludge recovery, he gets Leftovers recovery. So he switches out Weezing, goes into Torkoal. So if we break through, Torkoal is going to take a ton of damage from Malignant Chain. Luckily, Walter breaks through. So yep, Torkoal goes down into the red. So he goes back into Weezing. We break through once again, and this time we click Hex. I know he was just trying to play for the confusion damage. Walter finally doesn't break through confusion, but takes very little damage as he clicks Pain Split. So I go for Fake Tears because he's seen my whole, and we snap out of confusion. So we hit the Fake Tears, dropping his special defense by 2. As he hits Will-O-Wisp, which is fine. We have Recover, so we don't really need the Black Sludge. So we hit 3-minute timer. Weezing almost dies. And then he gets all that health back with the Pain Split. Or most of that health back with Pain Split. I was so tempted to click Fake Tears again. But then I'm like, this should do enough, but nope. So we recover most of our HP back as he goes for another Strange Steam. Gets a third 20% chance confusion. The sunlight fades. So he withdraws Weezing to once again set up the sun. Walter hits through confusion again and kills Torkoal with a Malignant Chain. So he then sends out Walking Wake. We have a minute to the battle ends. He clicks Hydro Steam. We live on 28 HP because of my max special defense. We break through Confusion again, so Walking Wake dies to a Malignant Chain. So, this game's gonna go to time, but we win because we'll have more we have more Pokemon remaining. Walter once again hits through Confusion, brings Weezing down to the red as he Pain Splits, so we actually gain some HP. But it doesn't matter because we have more HP than him in total. So we win game 1 with 3 remaining as he has 1 remaining. So I'll see you guys in game 2. Alright, so welcome to game 2, where we lead off with Tornadus. So he leads off with Kleavor. We do a good chunk with U-turn. We send in Garchomp as he actually hits the Stone Axe, does decent damage, takes some Rough Skin, sets up the rocks. I go for an Iron Head as he withdraws. So he sends out Weezing and takes a decent amount from Iron Head. So we hit another Iron Head. We flinch him. So I needed that flinch because otherwise Garchomp was dead. So here's a 50-50. I either click Iron Head and he dies, or I click Scale Shot, he stays in, does nothing, or he switches out and he switches out, and that was a nice 50-50. So he goes out into Torkoal. We do the Scale Shot. And here's the other RNG because we hit all 5 times without loaded dice. So he goes out into Weezing. Obviously, Earthquake does nothing, but that's fine. Because Iron Head should knock out Weezing here. And it does. So now I don't have to worry about that thing anymore. So he sends out Walking Wake. So with the plus speed boost, we don't outspeed. So Garchomp can go down here. It did a pretty good job this battle. So Garchomp goes down. So we go into Volbeat. So he goes out into Thundurus expecting a Thunder Wave, but I go for a Light Screen instead. So I go for a random Thunder, even though I knew he was going to set up the Sun, just to see if I could hit it, and I do. So there's the Raw Thunder RNG. So he hits the Thunder Wave. As I set up the rain. And I know he's going to want to set the Sun back up, so I have a free switch. I go out into Electrode. He misread as I go for a Thunderbolt, knocking him to yellow. Light Screen wears off. As I knock out Thundurus with a Thunderbolt. He sends out Scovillain. So I go into Tornadus. So he sets up Growth. So he Terra Grounds, goes for a Flamethrower, and knocks out Tornadus. As the harsh sunlight fades. So I go out to Volbeat, click light screen, because even with the light screen and my Akaberry, it won't help. I know Volbeat will go down here. Which is fine. So Electrode comes back out. This is when I realized, oh wait, he still has 4 Pokemon left. I have 3. Uh-oh. So I go for a Terra Blast. Because obviously I outspeed. Do about 70% of his health. He goes for Terra Blast. And thanks to my special defense EVs, I live that. So he will drop to another Terra Blast. So he sends out Torkoal to set up the sun and save Scovillain from dying. As Terra Blast brings Torkoal into the red. And Terra Blast will knock out Torkoal, bringing it to a tie, 3-3. So he brings out Walking Wake. I know I outspeed. So I wasn't 100% sure if this would kill or not. Because I'm not spexed. It doesn't. But it does bring it down into the yellow. So Dragon Pulse will knock out Electrode. Light screen goes down. Now it's 2v3. Walter and Dragalge, who have yet to hit the field. So Walter comes out. Named after Jeff Dunham's puppet. So I'm like, cool, there's 2 turns of harsh sunlight left. He withdraws Walking Wake. And sends in Kleavor. Who takes good damage from Hex. He goes for Night Slash, which does okay damage, as Kleavor falls to a Hex. So he sends out Scovillain. So he goes for Terra Blast. And because I'm max special defense, I barely survive, and I knock out Scovillain with a Hex that crits. So there's some more RNG for you. So all that's left is low health Pecharunt and full health Dragalge versus Walking Wake. So obviously Floyd's going to go down here, that's fine. Since it's Dragon Pulse, I think I'm probably going to live. But I'm not 100%. Because I mean, hey, it could crit, you never know. So he goes for Dragon Pulse. We live on 13 HP, and it crits, and we live. So there's the RNG for ya. But RNGesus was in my favor. So we win game 2. Good game, Alex. So next week, the last week of the regular season, is we're basically in playoffs, and we have pretty much we've clinched the division, because even if we lose next week, it doesn't matter. So for the first time ever, I've clinched my division. If I lose next week, I'm 6-4. And if the next person down in the division, she would have to win this week and next week to even tie me. So I'm pretty sure I've clinched the division. I just need for her to lose this week. Alright. So see you guys next week when we face off against the Mid-Valley Meowths. Okay, bye.